at reason number 4. And another purpose of praying and fasting is to intercede for others, right? So another reason of prayer and fasting is intercession or intercede for others. If we look at the text in the book of Nehemiah, chapter number 1, and I look at verse number 1 to verse number 4, right? Nehemiah chapter 1, verse number 1 to verse number 4. It reads, the words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah. And it came to pass in the month Chislev, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan the palace, that Hanani, one of my brethren, came, he and certain men of Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews that had escaped, which were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. And they said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity, there in the province, are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. Verse number 4 says, and it came to pass when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and fasted, and prayed before the God of heaven. So the reason that he was fasting and praying, he's intentionally coming on behalf of not himself, but really the people of God. Where in verse number 4, when he heard about all that was going on with them, that the walls of Jerusalem had been broken down with, he says, and the gates are burned with fire, and they're going through a certain amount of affliction, that he wanted to fast and pray and intercede on their behalf, that God will be able to make things well with them once more. So he says that really he's intentionally fasting and praying on behalf of his people, the people of God, on behalf of the remnant that is left. So on behalf of the people that have been disgraced, on behalf of the fact that the walls, he says, had been broken down, on behalf of the fact that only few survive, he says, I am humbling myself through fasting and praying for my people, for the city, interceding on their behalf. So sometimes we have occasions where fasting calls for us to intercede on behalf of others. Right? So that's the fourth reason that we see in the Bible for fasting and praying, which is to intercede for others. And that's a simple one. Another one that we can see